Just explain exactly what it is, and of course the history.
Well, basically it's a bevel drive camshaft Ducati, one of the old style, not your rubber band things. It's got its essence in a replica of the super short stroke 1974 works bike, and it's got a lot of the technology of the later belt drive bikes that I did race in Formula 2, Formula 1 in sort of the mid-80s. So all that idea, all that concept, engineering concept, is actually inside the engine, but it's still outwardly a bevel drive bike. And yeah, it took me 24 years to actually build it, in between building for other people, Ducatis, and that's our business commercially, and I do them for myself privately. It's probably the lightest competitive bevel in the world, 299 pounds without fuel. A lot of the parts are titanium inside and outside, all remanufactured from standard, get the weight down. Frame isn't Ducati, some of the castings are Ducati, not much of it actually is Ducati, it's all homemade or replicated from something, you know, from a race bike of the time. You could never really get original as race, you know. Ducati really was such a small concern back in the 50s, 60s and 70s that their genuine race bikes were literally for themselves. They built maybe 3 of one, 5 of another. So until they became uncompetitive, they never really sold, you know, real race bikes to little teams or private people. I think Halewood's dad once had one commissioned in about 1959. He had a 250 twin and a 350 twin commissioned. Stan Halewood opened his checkbook and paid vast amounts of money for Mike to actually have these bikes. So that was the exception. If you had a lot of money, Ducati would actually make you a bike, literally a special bike. But now I had to make this one myself. But it is a replica on the outside of the genuine works bike from '74, but probably making a bit more power inside than the works bike actually did. We've got 92.6 out of this one. This is a 750 engine. I've got a bigger engine as well, but this is sweet. Rev's nice. You only need to look at the throttle and it's revving off the scale. You only have to touch the throttle. It's got a crankshaft that's probably less than half the weight of the original bevel crankshaft. So throttle response is unbelievable. It's like a bit like a 2-stroke, but actually rides on the track. Sweet, you know, really sweet. It's got low down power, mid-range power, good top end power.
Do you ride it much?
I think the last time I rode it, we did the demonstration at Donington, and I think Charlie Williams passed me on the last lap. A guy called Charlie Williams, somewhere around here, or he was somewhere around here, and I managed to get him back just before he pulled in. I think he pulled in on pit lane because he knew I was coming past him actually, but
just before you strike it up, value. For insurance purposes, of course.
Value for insurance purposes. Well, we had the road bike version of this, which was the 750 SS round case, the first Desmo, first triple disc road bike. I had one of those which I restored. I think I sold it in recession year 2008 for maybe 30. It was either 20 or 30,000 pound. I can't remember. Carol counted the money out, and I haven't seen it since. But the same bike resold, I think, 3 years ago for 165. This is a one-off, so technically they're not worth as much as the factory type bikes. So I don't know, 100k. I've no idea. Not really interested.
Right, let's hear a running mate, please. Charlie, did you pull off? Was it kicking your backside? Did you pull off and go and skulk and sulk in the paddock?
I'm going to get some books actually, because I saw this crowd here and I thought they've looked at loads of potential book buyers, haven't they? There's a guy over there, look, he's got one. But anyway, that's why I slipped off for a minute.